Welcome to Rhino. I'd like to share an article that was published on Rhino. 2022 built Rhino, 2023 all aboard Rhino. The stock market is a game of the greater fool. You have the creators, the marketers, the bankers, and the fools. As you go from one group to the next, there are fewer people to sell to until you get to the fools when they only have each other to sell to, the greater fool. Rhino believes our system is ready for a new creator who creates something never created before, engineered to empower our entire population to equally invent tomorrow together. There is $91 trillion in the stock market today. That is money instantly transferable from one asset to the next like that in a blink of an eye. Each stock is valued on its growth of assets. Its customers, us. Without us, they make no sales. Because people are presumed to be infinite until they're not, and at that point when the world blows up, it won't matter, their ability to invest also has to be presumed to be infinite. If people invested in their own customer stock, say $1 a week, then the price of that investment, by definition, would become infinite. Now, since money is not infinite, our rise in price equals the decrease in Wall Street stock prices as those get sold to purchase us. It's in our power then to restore wealth equality right now. Now, to do so, we must create a limited asset so that the price responds to supply and demand. That is Rhino Bucks. That is why we're here together right now. We must create a weekly investment schedule tailored to each person. We've partnered with Stripe to allow that to you. We must grow awareness from blind dismissal to general acceptance, which is what we're doing right now with you. We grow every single day, every single week, and have been around since 2017. We must provide accountability via daily email updates and live meeting updates. We email you every morning 9 a.m. and we host a live meeting, me personally, every morning 10 a.m. We must produce results to nurture passion for action, awareness, and acceptance. Rhino is now publicly listed. You can look us up. You can see the volume. You can see the price. We must adhere to the principles of behavioral economics in a very real way to nurture market prices. And for that, I want you to read below, but I did miss a bullet point. We must create an alternative to the way things have always been done. That's Rhino Street. That is our crown jewel, and that is something you'll become intimately familiar with. Now, Rhino is community owned. The investors are the users. It is they who funded where we are today. It is they who have agreed to delay any return of investment until the market has matured. This is how the market matures. Each week, Rhino partners contribute their investments to Rhino Bucks through the Stripe partnership that we outlined before. Now, because they are scheduled to buy, Rhino always knows the projected dollar amount, the projected buy amount, the demand. Now, because they receive Rhino Bucks, Rhino, of course, knows the total available supply in the market. That's the amount that can be sold. You see, Rhino always and every moment knows the supply and demand, Economics 101. Now, we don't ever know how much is going to be sold, but we will note the sales amount every week. And after 6 weeks, we'll have a 6-week average of sales, meaning we can create a reliable projection of what is likely to be sold on an average week. Meaning, Rhino can make those reliable projections of future buying and selling. Imagine knowing the supply and demand before it happens. Now, because the only initial selling is from those who are weekly investors, right? Because the investors that got us to where we are today are allowing their investment to come back to them after the market matures, buying will always be more than selling, because each person that's able to sell is also those that are reoccurring buying every week. Therefore, if someone sells, they'll likely just purchase it back, meaning the buying is always going to be higher than the selling. Now, because Rhino has 1 billion total supply, we can create a coiled spring by limiting the rise to only 1 cent per day, by selling that supply into the market as the price continues to rise. What this does is it allows Rhino to report the real market price in lieu of that 1 billion. Say If we weren't selling the 1 billion to depress the price, it would be $17 based on this buying and this selling. So not only are we going to be able to report that to you, but it's also going to be at the current market price. So yes, it should be 17, but it's currently $1.34. Now, what does that mean? Well, when you know the real price of anything, and you know that the difference between the real price and the market price is simply counting down that 1 billion supply to be gone, everyone now becomes more of a buyer and less of a seller because they're all looking to crack that 1 billion. Now, because we want to continue coiling that spring, our investors are now free to sell as much as they want. Well, they're going to sell it at that coiled spring price, right? At the depressed price, which means the more that they sell, the more everyone else could buy at a lower price, and they're the last ones available, the last ones in the way, and boom, it's a win-win. Now, let me say something. Partner accounts, the accounts that we've spoke about that are the recurring with our partnership in Stripe, they're at market price. Meaning when those accounts purchase automatically every week, they're purchasing at whatever price the market currently is. When the 1 billion Rhino bucks is exhausted and every investor sold all they wanted, the number of partner accounts will likely be in the 10,000s. When you have 10,000 plus accounts automatically buying Rhino bucks at any price from anyone willing to sell it, that is the formula to what equals an infinite price. It's all right here. This represents the transfer of that $91 trillion of Wall Street to Main Street that actually is the value of Wall Street because we're the customers. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal and they are endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, the United States Constitution. What I would like to show you now is, well, right beneath you is a join button. I'd like to show you where that leads. So this page right here is our rhinoretirement.com command center. Now, this is not where that button leads, but the video that we're recording right now will be placed front and center, and the join button beneath is exactly where your join button leads. So let's click it. So obviously that's my email, and you'll see a login page. Since you do not have an account, you're going to sign up. So let's see. If I were to sign up as aaa@aol.com, and my password was AAABBBCCC, and my password was AAABBBCCC, I can press sign up, and we don't need to save that. You're going to go to your account dashboard, made so super simple for you. You're not currently on a plan, select one. Rhino 1, Rhino 2, 3, 4, it's $1, $10, $25, and $100. These are your weekly recurring investment amounts. So let's say you want to do the $1 buy now. And where that next brings you is a checkout screen where we have your email. You'll put your card information, your name, what country you're from, what's your zip, and if you want to do one-click checkout here, press subscribe. It is that easy. From that point, you'll then receive an email from us welcoming you on board. You will then need to go ahead and get your wallet address and send it to us, in which case the tutorial for the wallet address, if we can go back to Rhino Retirement, is right here, wallet setup. And it's so easily, like step by step, come on. And we even have the videos for each step, Trust Wallet and MetaMask. Once we get that wallet address from you, everything is automated going forward. We have a full development team, which actually, once we get that wallet address from you and as your weekly recurrings happen, your weekly recurring happens, it goes from your account to Rhino account, then our bot collects it from Rhino account, brings it over to the market, purchases the coin, then brings the coin over to your wallet address and sends it over to you. In fact, when we thought about getting into crypto, it's so complicated. It's so confusing. How does anyone know any of this? There has to be a better way, but there wasn't. So we created it.